You're a burglar, but you only steal things to slightly inconvenience your victims. What are you stealing?
I would steal every measuring cup but the 1/3 one.
The one that nobody ever needs.
Yeah. You use it for one recipe.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the lounge. I'm your host, Jukebox Ginger, back with another episode of Stardom, and I've got a wonderful guest today. I've got, are you going by 904 Dad Life, or are you going to use your real name?
It's turned into just going by 904 Dad Life.
Wonderful. I should ask before, but I was like, I should probably ask before I just say it.
No, it was like a third-person party for me for a second, like just talking in general. But yeah, it's turning into that.
Yeah. And that's like me with my, my host name, Jukebox Ginger. Like a lot of my podcast buddies know my real name, but really we just go by Jukebox or Ginger.
I think it's weird for us. We just don't. You're used to going by your name, and then it's like you don't want to be conceited or cocky feeling by going by something else.
Right. It's almost like you're talking about yourself in the third person, but in a weird way. And
yeah, I enjoy talking about myself in the third person, and people not knowing it's me.
How did you come up with that? I mean, is that your area code, I'm guessing?
So 904 Dad Life's the area code, and I picked up that when I first had my son in 2013. And,
okay.
So that was like my Instagram handle, when yada yada yada. And then once I started going, when I quit drinking just a few years back, I just started making that as my brand, as 904 Dad Life.
I love it.
Yeah, and 904 has this whole meaning behind it that I had no idea until my wife kept asking me. Like, she said I couldn't go off of our area because of the area code, so I had to find another, because I had 904 in there, but 904 has like an angel meaning that is, it means it's up to everybody's individual to make the next day better for themselves. Okay. So it's somehow manifested into what I was going for, into like, if you want to be better, you have to be better for yourself. You can't rely on other people, and you have tomorrow to do it too.
Right. Dude, I love that. That's great.
Yeah. So it just was a very good coincidence that was 904. And then recently they just made it where our whole area, you can change you can have whatever area code you want now. Jackson. Because I don't know if you're familiar, Jacksonville is the largest city landmass wise in the United States. And I'm actually down in St. Augustine, but it's so large, they're allowing people to make their own web area code. Like, I can call right now and say, I want a 311 area code, and they'll give it to me.
They would just do it. It'd be fine.
Yeah, it's weird, because I remember when Florida was all 904. Because I'm from the Panhandle over in Pensacola, and it was 904 in the 90s, and it went to 850, and I was like, I didn't know. That's cool.
We were actually down in Pensacola last when was it, like May or June, something like that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Pensacola's good. That's where I was born and where my cousins are, and that's the battle. Is that the oldest place in America, or are we the oldest place in America now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a tremendous battle, and every once in a while they find something, and then we find something, and it is what it is.
Actually, most of our time was on Navarre Beach crab hunting.
Oh, even better. Yeah. So you saw signs for Niceville?
Yes.
So I graduated from Niceville High School.
Okay.
And, Destin. So did you see the Midway Bridge at all?
We went to the one over the bay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We drove over it many times.
Okay. Wait, with the toll or without the toll?
No toll. Okay.
So that's the Destin Bridge that you see Crab Island, the whole party, little boat, freaking awesome little spot. If you're going that way towards like the Kahunas, the water parks and everything, that's the long way. I used to have to take my mom would have to take us to Destin to see the beautiful water. So I never saw that until I turned 16 because they built a bridge, the Midway Bridge that goes from Niceville to Destin.
Yes.
that only takes 10 or 15 minutes. That I think it's now $4, and it used to only be 50 cents when it first opened. But so the area you're at is beautiful. I don't like to talk crap about Pensacola, but it's not. I don't like talking crap about Jacksonville, but they're not clean cities.
You could definitely tell a difference, like going, because when we came through mobile, and then we went into Pensacola, mobile Alabama, and then we went over that. It was a massive bridge to get to the Pensacola Beach or that area.
Yeah, I won't scare you with the facts on that bridge.
Oh, dude, I'm sure it was it's terrible, but the construction had it on like dead stop traffic too, so it took forever.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just throw the word hurricane and damage and stuff like that.
I can put the rest together.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's a scary. Yeah, that's a big bridge, and I know that bridge a lot. My brother and dad have some cool stories about fishing off that bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you born and raised Florida, or you moved around at all?
No, I born and raised in Florida. Did some time in Charlotte, not for this time. Just spent some time working up there with my brother, and then I did a couple months in like Costa Rica here and there. But
cool.
Yeah, St. Augustine, Floridian, proud, born and raised.
Nice, man. I've been Kansas City my whole life, so other than tornadoes and bad weather,
Yeah, and I freaking that movie Twister scared me. I'm still scared of tornadoes to this day.
I've been here my whole life, and I've been through a couple, but not like directly. It was like, and I've never even actually seen one. So,
and that's like we have never evacuated for any hurricane that's hit the state of Florida. I've never evacuated, and I've gone through I've been through probably 8 category 4, 5 hurricane eyes.
So I'm guessing it's just a matter of knowing how to like react to it that really matters.
Yeah, just have your water and prepare. And for a Twister, they don't tell you to get in the car and drive off.
It's true, they don't.
you buckle down. So I think if they knew a Twister was going to come, I don't think they'd say drive off. We just react different. And I've been a big surfer, so my trick to my wife is like, oh, let's just wait. When it's a category 4, we'll leave. Because her family, her mom and dad is always like, get the heck out of there. And my excuse is when it's a category 4, it's too dangerous to get on the interstate.
Right.
So it's too late at that point. We wasted our time to escape.
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck.
No, and around here, the worst thing that we get, I would say, is like, honestly, ice is the worst. Like, we get snow, but a lot of people get snow, but the ice around here just sits, and that's
black ice, right?
Yeah, it's black ice. You can skate across your yard because it's so thick. It gets pretty rough.
My sister used to live up in Connecticut, so I used to spend some time. I'd go and like take the Greyhound up there from Florida.
Right.
That shows you how much my parents loved me. Sorry. And but no, that was the first thing. Like one of the first Christmases, she said, "Just watch out for black ice." And I just remember my brother literally busting his ass right after she said that. And she goes, "Oh, told you to watch for it."
That's good. Yeah, and the drivers are the worst, man. If you've been here your whole life, you should know how to drive it, and people still don't know how to drive on it.
Florida's got the best drivers.
Oh, that's every state claims to have the best drivers. Sarcastically, of course.
And we all know Chinese drive the best, or Asians.
Oh, of course. So how many kids do you have, man?
So I have 2. I have Bodie. He'll be 10 at the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cecilia, she just turned 7.
Okay. So Caroline is 5, and then Owen's about 11. Well, he's almost 12.
Nice.
So
well, let me ask you a question real fast. So has Owen came to you because he's more older than Bodie, but Bodie's asking me like these really super mature questions that I'm not. Is he asking about puberty yet?
He hasn't asked about puberty, but he's been caught watching porn already. And actually, at 9, he was 9 years old, and he had it on his tablet because somebody at school mentioned it.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I know, because I'm getting asked these questions, and I'm like, I feel like you're too young. But age 9, that you was doing that, like, and and they're so nonchalant out of nowhere. I'm sure you get it's like
it's not intentional. And actually, it's funny because when we first found out about we were on his laptop or his tablet, and we saw the sites. So we asked him. We were pissed, but we were more curious as to why,
yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, this kid at school just mentioned it." So I was just curious. And I
That's
mean,
funny.
it was some weird. It wasn't like just normal. It was very off the wall stuff. So we were just like, you're way too young for this stuff. And after that, it stopped.
And that's where my son he's got this diagnosis, DMDD. I don't know if I told you about it. It's
you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's so I can tell him something and he doesn't believe me. I get fact checked on it does not matter, like fact check. So like you told your son stop.
Yeah. Yes.
My son takes it as stop means there's more to it that I need to see, instead of it's too vulgar. It's the new FOMO, like, oh, what, there's something dad knows more than and I need to know. So he will, and it's getting him and unfortunately getting him in trouble. And
like at school and stuff too.
Just now. So I mean, he was 5 and spit in my face when he was 5 because he didn't get cotton candy, and that was in public. So we've been going through some stuff, just trying to pinpoint him, and they just actually changed his class 2 days ago, which we agree. They didn't ask us, we agree, but he's just like blurting out for no reason, and he'll admit to it. Like, it's like, dude, why are you blurting out? He's like, oh, what are you blurting out? Just blah 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 blah. Like,
just to do it.
Stop doing that. And then the other day he got like 10 points taken away, and when I dropped him off that day, I could feel him, like, he had more energy. I said, do me a favor, man. I know you're excited. It was Monday. Actually, it was Monday. God, it was just 2 days ago. I said, do me a favor. Don't go in there and kick open the door, because I don't know if we just went to the concert down in Tampa. So he had all the adrenaline of meeting Jax and meeting, tons of people.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And his adrenaline, he wanted to tell people, but he doesn't realize you can just bust open the door in 4th grade and announce to the class your weekend. And that's what he did, even though I told him not to do it. And then he progressively the whole day took over the day. So, yeah.
Oh, and it's part of the DMDD.
Yeah, so it stinks because I'm finally getting everybody on my page with this. It's under 3% of children are diagnosed with it. It's disruptive mood dysregulation disorder.
Okay.
And so the next thing that doctors do is wait to the person to turn 18, and then they diagnose them with bipolar. So when I got sober a few years ago, when I started this, and then just past year or two, I just zoomed in. I was just getting pissed off at all the doctors. And it's just like, after COVID, everybody was like, oh, we can do telecon and take their money and just give them this and that. And I don't think they were expecting parents to do their research. And I unfortunately come from the pill epidemic era, as such as yourself, I'm sure. And so I did my research on every medicine that came across to my son. And I don't know, it's just, people don't understand parents know their kids most. and they get mad at, how dare us do that,
Well, that's a big thing for me, is like the way that, like, we're being told to parent, like all the things that we're not allowed to do now because it's not okay to do this to your kid, or discipline. And it's like, you're not the parent. We should be allowed. I get there's a borderline. Don't beat your child. I get that, but they still can be disciplined.
Yeah. And like, well, I feel so, like, my wife takes my sarcasm as abuse sometimes, but it's really not abuse. It's how, like, it's just being talked to normal.
Right.
Literally, like, legitimately just like, dude, why are you doing that? Like, it's like, hey, why are you doing that? I'm not. If you can shoot up people on Fortnite, I'll tell you. So, dude was playing Fortnite the other day, and I hate Fortnite. Not for the fact that it's Fortnite, just because he thinks Switch is Fortnite. So I was never good at video games, and that's not another reason. But anyway, so and I guess they put Jeffrey Dahmer somewhere in Fortnite.
Okay.
So I don't know where Jeffrey Dahmer came about, but I heard it as I walked down the stairs, and my brother loves serial killers and always has. So I know all these facts. And so I lifted up his headphones and I said, do you know who Jeffrey Dahmer is? He's like, I said, he used to take boys and teenagers and cut open their brains and eat their brains after having sex with them. And then I simply put the headphones back on. And my son, my wife's eyes got bigger than my son's. But I went like, what? Like, what else? Like, if he's old enough to play it,
it's true.
Somebody else is going to say something a lot worse than I just said.
Well, it's good to let him know. I mean, and so does he actually learn quite a bit of stuff? Because you said he wants to know more. Like, so is he pretty intelligent as far as like learning level?
Yeah. So we just did this neuropsyche eval on him to get this diagnosis, and what it is his comprehensive level is very low, like grasping stuff. Like a lady walks by who walks her dog, she's a neighbor, but we should not get in the car with her at the bus stop. If she came to the bus stop, my son would jump in the car immediately. The new Common Core math that I can't even grasp, he gets like he has a 504 plan at school for more time. The more time is because he can't finish the math. He's finishing it too fast, and it's embarrassing the other kids, and he needs to loop back around and fix it. Okay. But when the teacher makes him do that, he gets so upset. Like the other day, we got a video from the teacher of him pitching a fit on the ground, crying and stuff, like a baby. And
yeah,
I said, and I've already warned him, there's a few things that you won't be forgetting about in elementary school that will follow you for your life, and I'm sure you know one of them. Don't poop your pants. That will follow you for your life. And number two, like, I remember a kid who threw a chair across the room, being a psycho, being crazy, being weird, being a little, not being weird, being crazy weird,
yes.
Like in fourth grade. It's sad because one of the kids in his class moved in like 2 doors down, and he had no idea that Bodie lived in the neighborhood, anything like that. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, who's your teacher? It was Bodie. I was like, Bodie. And his eyes were like, I was like, I'm very open, and even with kids in the neighborhood, like, call Bodie out, call him, tell him to stop being that way, because that's the only way. Like you said, don't give them a pill. Fix it. Like, let's teach them. And it's just different parenting styles. Like you said, some are like, my wife will say 2 times of telling them is too much. And I don't think any amount is too much if they're continuously doing the bad action. You just have to.
Right. And that's like Owen, he's really good in school, but he also finishes his stuff first, and he gets bored. His thing is he gets bored and he acts out. Yeah. So yeah, he gets done and then he starts to act out because he's bored waiting on everybody else.
And I think Bodie's doing that, where he's finishing because he knows he can draw, or he takes 4 or 5 naps at school. I'm like, I didn't get to do that till high school.
Yeah, you get those couple in between classes where it's literally just extracurricular, do your homework or sleep.
Yeah, no, he's doing it, like, he's finishing it. And I think the teacher, remember, we're in Florida, and we're a love-hate state. People love us or they hate us. And we've had a lot of people move down here that still hate us, but they moved here for the lifestyle. So I've already said his name enough, so I'm not saying names of teachers or schools or anything, but the teacher's a 24-year-old that moved down from, West Virginia, and
Mhm.
it's literally she kicks off her shoes when she walks through the door, and it's just so I think she's letting Bodhi fall asleep because she is tired of hearing him talk. Because don't get me wrong, the kid's annoying sometimes. I mean,
Mhm.
it gets annoying,
Mhm.
but it's it. My main concern is he doesn't me and him have a good relationship because I'm his punching bag and his stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure we have a relationship. And number
Mhm.
two, it's gonna sound crazy, but it's for society. Like if I don't help him now at age 10, he is gonna be a completely total dickhead,
Well,
just like just like my dad.
and you gotta treat him like as if when he gets older, the same way other people are gonna be talking and treating him, so he can expect it.
And my wife, she is so sweet and complete opposite of what you're looking at. She's an adoption specialist for St. Johns County, so she deals with she sees these kids in crappy situations, and she gets the luxury of getting to take them to their forever home.
Right.
Like if we won the lottery, she would get to do that daily. We also get to use that on my son. Like you go to the park, and he can point out. He'll ask, like, are they here for a visit? And that's kind of sad, but at the same time, when he's freaking yelling and stuff at us, and it's like I've told you we don't have to have you. No, but I tell him, like, mom is here. Just my wife is just we parent so different,
Right.
even in the same house.
And that's fine though. I mean, you gotta have the best of both worlds. Sometimes.
I, I always give people advice like marriage is awesome. Like I think we were talking like you're 7 years. Me and my
Yep.
wife. I love to joke. We celebrated. We're about to be 11, but on our anniversary, she took me to Vegas right after getting me sober. So yeah, and we've been together almost 16 years now, and I always suggest to people, like, no matter what, like, in this, don't take it wrong. Don't get married, have kids. Don't have married, have kids, because like there's a new country song out where it says like throwing in the towel is harder
Mhm.
than than um than staying in a relationship sometimes. And just like with kids and important, like we've got stuff going on in the neighborhood where it's breaking families' hearts up and down. So my biggest thing with don't get married, have kids, and stay together. Like don't sign that piece of paper because it's stupid. All right.
Our and for us, it was like my biggest thing for people is like if you can handle each other at your worst, that's how I mean, you care about them, cool. If you can handle each other at your worst and
Yeah.
you can still be there for them, that's something.
It's just you don't know when your worst is gonna come up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So like, yeah, we're in the midst. We're like It's just well, that term. Like in movies where they say it's not your fault you broke up the family, kid. It's not you. It's just your mom and dad just. My wife and I are on the same page where she's realizing she's been Bodhi's defense lawyer for so long, where I haven't been able to discipline, and it's just because it's a mama bear syndrome,
Yeah.
like yeah, I've used it, I've turned it to defense lawyer because I've learned it pisses her off, and I was hoping it would stop her from doing it, and it has. We've like finally, it's like I don't know, it's just like kids are rough. They're not going to break up families, but it's not them that break up families. It's what you say right there. Like if the mom and dad can pull their shit together themselves and not lose it on one another, or lose it on one another and then come back, then they're good. But yes, the ones who give up that don't. And I'm straight up. My wife, I told her about a week ago, like, you got to stop being Bodhi's lawyer. It's fucking up our relationship. Like, I can't discipline our son if you're going to be right behind me, you know, like defending him when you still know what I'm saying is right. Like, what the heck? Like, I don't know. We used to ride the high school bus together, and like, it's so weird. She has a picture of me in ninth grade that she did not mean to take the picture of me. She meant to take a picture of the guy that I was hanging out with.
Right.
And I'm in that picture, and now we're married.
Oh, that's funny.
Very weird how it all turned out. Fate is how it is.
Well,
let's have some fun.
Yeah, man, we're about to right now. I was just getting ready to say, so actually parenting is what I picked for the topic. I found some parenting fail tweets.
Oh, sweet.
And I'm going to share them, and we're going to just, whatever pops up, we're going to talk about. Cool?
All right. Yeah, you're not going down my tweet timeline, are you?
No. I just found random tweets.
Okay, that's
so
I'm going to let me open this door real fast.
All right.
Look at that celebrity I just pulled. No, it's just me.
All right, here we go. You ready for the first one?
Yes.
This says, why aren't there any horror movies called My 4-Year-Old Fell Asleep in the Car at 5 p.m.?
Why aren't there any horror? Oh, because that's actually just keep driving and it turns into be a great story.
It does until you get home and you're ready for bed at 11 p.m. and your kids running around crazy.
Yeah. Have you left? Do you have a garage?
I do have a garage, but it's more of a storage unit.
So I don't care. I've done this without a garage too in the hood. I've lived like St. Augustine can have a hood. We do. You ever leave the car door open and just let them keep sleeping?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
There's several times I'll get we'll get home and we'll just be like, well, we'll hang out outside and just let them stay in the car and sleep. We'll roll the windows down.
And then they just keep sleeping so long.
Yeah.
And then you guys shut the door because the bills are.
Yeah.
I do like that. I do like that one.
That's good, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got friends that still put their kids in the car to drive around to make them go to sleep. I'm like, how long are you going to do that? Until they're 13, 14? Like, wake their up. All right. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. Next up, we got my daughter just asked me, do fish get thirsty? And I have no idea what to say.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, man. Kids do say some of the weirdest things. I don't know how many times, like,
I love. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
my daughter will get so like curious about everything, and then she'll ask you the littlest details, or like, well, why is that?
Yeah.
You know, just something super simple.
Well, my daughter is me between my wife in the what it was for quad in our quad.
Mm-hmm.
It's me and my daughter have the same sense of humor. My wife and son are the same sensitivity, and like she's just so smart. I can't. I wouldn't. She would say they're drowning, Dad. Any response I would say is they're drowning. She'd be like, "Why they drowning then?" Their gills or their lungs filling up with the water, and you've told me, Dad, that a teaspoon of water could kill me in drowning. So why are the So all right.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of fishing around where you're at, so I mean,
yes. Oh, gosh. And my dad, I'm a worst case scenario. My dad's a firefighter, so I know. Like I just took a simple tweet into my daughter dying over a teaspoon of water.
No, it's all good. Dude, we're parents, man. See, this right here is me getting away, like, because I'm like you. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm sober. I'll have a beer or two every now and then, but I don't drink. I don't go out to bars. I don't do that. I come home, a 6-pack lasts me like a month.
Yeah.
You know, so this is me hanging out with the guys.
Nice. Well, that's like why I kind of started it too. My wife's okay with it. It's like I had a lot of friends drop me because I quit drinking. Like, I mean, because I people would think I was an alcoholic. I was an addict. Like, this is the first time me sober since I was 16. And I only became an alcoholic because I didn't want to be an Oxycontin dead guy like the friends I know from a stupid. I don't know if I told you I sneezed and herniated my disc.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm so manly. It's how I'm so manly and gangster. Like all my stories end up with a sneeze, and I'm from Niceville. So so gangster.
I literally grabbed the remote and went to lay on my couch and like bruised my ribs because I just laid on the couch wrong.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I think about the time my dad went like and to hit me a pop fly, and I caught the pop fly, and I looked back and I didn't see my dad, and he was in the car because he pulled us back. I was like, oh, comes around.
Yeah, we don't really think about all that.
No, but with the friend things, like I tell my wife, you know the movie Benchwarmers?
Of course.
So I have a benchwarmer lineup of like people around town. So like whenever I go out, it should take 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 20 or 30 minutes because I run into one of my bench warmers, which is one of my friends. And they all know they're bench warmers and they don't take it mean. It's just we're not really like going to call each other, hang out. We don't have each other's phone numbers. But if I'm having a shitty day, all of them got my back. And it's because they saw me go through my crappy stage to who I am now, and they see me progressing even better. And I think they just want a piece of the pie, but it's nice. It's like, at least there's no pie, everybody, trust me. Except for that piece I missed this morning. But no, it's just like, I don't know. It's just, I forgot where I was rambling.
That's all good.
I love the last thing I said so much about pie. Got me pie now.
All right, you ready for the next one?
I am.
This is from Ryan Reynolds, actually. It says, I'd walk through fire for my daughter. Well, not fire because it's dangerous, but a super humid room, but not too humid because of my hair.
Yeah, I saw this one. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I will work with him one day. Like I've tweeted it before. Ryan Reynolds should be president. The only thing stopping him is he's freaking Canadian.
Yeah.
But he legitimately cares about American people. Like he cares about us. But that tweet right there, like, I don't even think that's I think there's another one he tweeted that was like, I think he edited it because it was I would walk through fire. I thought I'd do anything for my wife until my daughter was born. Okay. And then he said he'd shove Blake off to the side or something like that. It was, so I think he edited this. Maybe we can get his attention or something, but
yeah,
that's still funny. Yeah,
it is funny. It's funny because it relates in a lot of ways with anybody who has like a wife and kids and or just a spouse in general. They're like mood swings between, and guys got the mood swings too, man. But there's like certain days where just anything gets you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this house rages with hormones in here. I mean, I'm not lying. Going through soberness, you think people wouldn't know how crazy it is. I lactated for the first time out of one of my nipples and was like, that's not supposed to happen.
Well, I mean,
that's a hormone issue, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Actually, that's not. I wouldn't say it's common, but it's not rare.
I know. I know it's not rare. Women feed their children, but for I'm just joking.
I don't know where you're going with that one, man.
No. It's rare enough when I went to the place to get a my mammogram that the lady called my name. I stood up and it shocked her where she turned around and said, "I'll be right back." And the receptionist cracked up laughing, said it was a volunteer old lady that was supposed to bring me back. And she goes, it's you. You're supposed to go back. She just wasn't expecting a male. Like,
I tested positive for breast cancer, Gene, when I was like 19, 20. Like
Ooh.
I don't have breast cancer, but I have
Yeah.
like a good chance of getting it if I
Yeah.
don't like maintain my weight and stuff like that. So, which
Well,
who would have thought about that as a guy, you know?
exactly. And this is another good reason why this podcast is good and why I started 904 Dad Life is to bring mental health awareness to men. Because guys would laugh at us. But dude, when I worked for the city, I didn't realize how many men only have one testicle. There's so many, and it's most men are embarrassed to talk about it, but then you get around it and you find out one guy talks about it. This guy's like, really, I got one too.
I
And
tell people I've had 2 vasectomies.
so you did that. You pulled a Michael Scott.
Well, and it's not for the reasons you would think. The first time they tried to numb my testicles 8 times, and it didn't.
Oh,
It wouldn't. They wouldn't numb. And I
yeah.
just told the doctor, I was like, dude, just fucking go ahead and do it, man, because I'm in pain. So
Mm.
he did the cut, but my balls were so swollen from all the injections that he couldn't find the tube to cut it. So we had to let it heal up, and then I had to go to a specialist and get it done.
Dude. I mean, I know how you feel because I had the vasectomy. I had the vasectomy, and it went very well for the first one and the first nut, and then the second one, he was like, "Ooh," and I was like, "So nice," and like
Yes.
he's like, "Yeah," and then the second one, there's like a lot of tugging going on, and he's like, he said something. I was like, "Dude, people don't want to hear that in this position. Stop!" Like I like because I was about to start busting out laughing, but like I was mad at the same time. But what he said, like, that was not professional. Pull your shit together and do what you got to do. But no, that sucks. But I feel you too because I was allergic to nickel after my back surgery, and
Oh wow.
that's a very low percentage. And I had to go back into back surgery and get my stitches taken out. And I mean, the healing process is what they all lie about.
Oh yeah, that was definitely the worst.
It sucks. So
Well, the botched one, you know, where they couldn't figure out how to fucking do it, that sucked. But then yeah, healing for 3-4 weeks and then going back and having to do it again, that was not fun. And I actually only took 3 days off and then went back to work.
yeah, no, it's just.
It's worth it in the long run. I mean, I'm not trying
Oh no,
to
I'm glad you said that. We were just talking about it.
yeah,
Like,
no, I'm so happy I got it done.
yes, and did you ever go back to clarifier? Or did you just repeat?
Yes. Yeah. No, we went back. I think I went back like 5 months later, 4 or 5 months later, something like that.
Yeah, we're still running. We're still throwing the dice. It's working out so far.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, it was conveniently the 3-year anniversary. The 3-year anniversary fell on my son's 3rd birthday.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry, I did it on my son's 3rd birthday. Didn't realize it was during the week, and I was like, "That is perfect." Like we had my daughter, son,
Girl, boy, I'm good. That's all I need.
Yeah, and my wife. We were gonna go for 3 if Cecilia didn't turn out, but
How many times have you seen parents that have like 4 or 5 of them and they're yelling at their kids or like just you can tell, like I get overwhelmed with the 2 that I have at times.
I don't.
I see them. I'm like I'm so glad that I did what I did.
No, I don't. I don't go to. We don't go to. We don't go to grocery stores. We don't go to restaurants with them because I won't waste my freaking money. And people think that's. I had somebody yell at me in line the other day because I called my own kids spoiled because I bought the kid behind me candy instead because that's just how my brain works sometimes. Like if I don't know, whatever. Why whip out your $2 when I can just throw it on this, kind of thing. And my wife says I do this so much. I start going off on a ramble or whatever or something. Forget what it was. What did you say?
I don't remember.
That's the problem. I'm looking at the legal problem of why.
It's all good, man, because this is literally the whole point of this show is to just be as random as possible, and whatever happens just makes it that much funnier.
And it's good because we could talk, and I remember what I was talking about. Is I got yelled at for calling my kids spoiled.
Yes.
And that's what happened. Is I was like, my kids are spoiled brat and won't reckon. And they're like, a lady looked at me and said, "You shouldn't say that about your own children." And I said, "More parents should say that about their own children. I'm very proud that I can spoil my children. Isn't that every parent's goal? And
Yes.
I'm happy that I can do this for this kid, and his mom doesn't mind. So, but."
That's well, and this generation of well, just this day and age, it seems like everybody wants to know everybody's business. Everybody wants to, and they want to have something to say about it. And it's like, it's not your business. I'm not asking you for your advice on how to be a parent. I didn't ask you.
Nope. The only time I step in is when I hate when people fuck with somebody that's helping you, like customer service people, whoever's behind the register. I can't. I threw. So, have you listened to any of the songs I've gone through?
I listened to a couple of them on my way to work. I put it on my Spotify, and I just played it while I was driving to work the other day.
It's all stupid. But
it's definitely got that Weird Al kind of concept. No, I wouldn't say the vibe, but the concept though.
That's all it is, and it's all to kind of just like it all. When I got sober, I needed to put all my mind, and then like it's like you hear it, but like that website Fiverr, people are amazing, and like the songs sound legit. I mean, they're songs. They sound real, and they're my lyrics. Like, hey, I can say I wrote that. But Fortnite diss is. Did you hear that one?
No, but you know what? I was gonna play one of your songs at the end of this episode, just so everybody can hear it. And if you can pick whatever song you want, and we'll play it on here.
Do Fortnite diss. My son will love it because he loves Typical Gamer. So I went. The song is with Worldwide Choppas, Busta Rhymes, Twista, and it's Busta Rhymes part. And in part of the songs, it has me. I say. Some crackers got me calling crackers. Let's unite. Watch the new light year, and that line is because up the street, there was a guy in there, a white guy, and he was drunk, belligerent. We got a lot of homeless around here, but the guy running the register is one of my bench warmers, one of my boys. He's Indian, and he's calling him sand end and and like I said, dude, get the fuck out of here! Like I pushed him out, and then I yelled, and I said, get out of here, cracker! And so that's where that part of the song is like, you crackers got me calling crackers. Like let's watch the new light year and unite. Like it's just millennial. It's kind of like millennials. It's a fun song. Like I don't mean any harm to anybody, but it's all.
Dude, everybody, it doesn't matter what your skin color is or anything. I mean, there are crappy people everywhere.
I get called racist by white people only. Nobody ever, and that's white people problem, and I'm okay to say that. But you know what? A white person would walk in. Another white person could walk in right now and say, I am talking completely wrong. And my wife would be maybe one of those wrong people saying I'm wrong, because I'd be like, hey, look at that black guy over there. She doesn't think that's correct. But my brother was a track all state. He ran a mile in a 404. We were the minority at track meets. So my brother's friends, and we grew up near an Air Force base, Niceville, where you were at Navarre. You passed like Herbert Field, Duke Field. That's the largest Air Force base in the world. So there's black, there's brown, there's white. It's not wrong to identify people by their actual skin color.
No, it's not wrong. And actually, if you go to other countries, that's not being racist. It's only in America where everything you say is racist.
Yeah. And again, I've never been called racist by anybody but white people. And again, and that's because I know my boundaries, but I also, and I get people love me, and I know that sounds cocky. I can tell when people don't like me, and when
Right.
people me, I back off, or I kill them with my kindness, or just all right, have a good day. And but there's a lot of people that just love it, and they like it blows their mind that somebody would spend $2 on their kid or something like that, or even just to hold a door open, or I've got so many black boo-boos in town that I have to take pictures of when I go and see him to say, babe, they're like 45 years old. Like, and like, nothing to worry about. Like,
Right.
and it's nothing offensive. It's I love all cultures. I love people. And my
Mhm.
dad told me when I got older, you're going to hate people. People suck. And I was like, you're a bitter old man. No, I get his point. People do suck.
Yes.
People do suck. And you just have to avoid those people, just like you have to avoid trouble. I can go find trouble.
It's
But
all
I've got
about it's all about the situations you put yourself in.
exactly. And I've stuck like how I just said I stuck up for this person. Sorry, ladies, this has nothing against this is nothing. But I was in my local Walmart and I heard a guy say that if she didn't shut her face, that he was gonna kick her mouth in. I knew my place not to say anything. I needed to go on my way because if he's willing to do that to her, he is much willing to do more to me. And she has been dealing with that for a long time. So I'm sure she knew to keep her mouth shut. And I don't think it got kicked in. And I sure hope it didn't,
Right.
but that's one situation I know I can't put my place in. I
Mhm.
can't go up because that guy is just a little bit more crazy than I am. But
Well, yeah, I mean, you know who you can pick your battles with. I mean, you got to be realistic.
yeah, and I also know laws too, where if I go up and I'm gonna waste my time if I go to the customer cashier and say, "Hey, I just heard this guy say he's gonna kick his like," it's
It's gonna go nowhere and waste your time.
yeah, and that's the sad part is dude, this is 2 months ago. I'm obviously still thinking about it, and
Yeah.
that is a huge issue of me. Is I have too much empathy. I'm a people pleaser, and um, my
You and
family.
I are definitely a lot alike. Like Corey said, we'd be pretty similar, and he's not wrong because
Yeah,
I'm empathetic. I wouldn't say I'm sympathetic. I'm empathetic because I also like if somebody comes to me and tells me, "Oh, my somebody passed away in my family," if I didn't cause the issue, I don't like to say I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
I'll listen, but I don't. And sometimes people take that as me being rude, but it's like I don't want you to apologize for something that you didn't do.
exactly. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and I think I was just texting Corey last night telling him how comfortable I am with death. It's like it's
Mhm.
oddly uncomfortable, but at the same time not because I know it's a part of life. So like you said, like if somebody's like I try to tell people like it's just their appointment. Is their appointment with Jesus, I guess.
Mhm.
Like I mean,
Yeah,
it might
exactly.
not be the best thing to say, but like I get it.
I mean, I'm like, ah, man, that really sucks. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I can say that because
Uh,
I mean that.
yeah.
I don't want to say sorry when I don't mean it.
You didn't make it happen.
I didn't make it
And
happen.
yeah, and I'm a big fan of don't sorry is for something you do on accident, not on
Mhm.
purpose. So that
Exactly.
and I say that to my son all the time. I said, don't say sorry. You did it on purpose. Like sorry for when you do something on accident and you're saying sorry way too freaking much. So I'm right there.
Every now and then, like with employees and stuff, I'll be like, sorry, not sorry. Like every
Yeah.
now and then, because they're like, oh, well, that's kind of well, not really, because it's like I bumped into you. My bad. I'm not really sorry about it though.
Sorry. Yeah,
You're
yep. Nope.
fine.
I do it to my wife all the time because I will say something that I know hurts her feelings, but I
Mhm.
also know it's the damn truth, needed to be said, and there's no other way to say it but how I said it, and I can't help that you're I can't put any more layman terms than you're being this way. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
I also know, like, so, and that's my thing is like when I know that I'm not right all the time, and I get that. Call me out on it, but when I know I'm right, and for a fact, unfortunately, I like to rub it in a little bit because most of the time I'm not. So when I am, I like to rub it in.
Yeah, and that's why I've lost a lot of, especially grown men like in their 50s, such as like my father-in-law. Since I've gotten sober, like I speak a lot more truth, and it's just like it's not that I'm smarter. It's just like I just talk, and like they hate me. They hate me because I'm more myself. I'm more like, nope, I stick up for myself. I used to just be like, fuck it, and or whatever. But now I'm like, no, I know I'm right, and I've been saying my son has this DMD for 3 freaking years. And when I got that 24-page report, I wanted to highlight it and jump around and go shove it in everybody's face. Because, like, dude, I'm very against pills. And
me too. Me too.
And, we talked, and here in Florida, pediatrics get 50% off of medical marijuana, not inhalation or anything like that, but like tincture, the drops, everything like that, the CBD, because no matter what, CBD is cool, but you need THC with that to legitimately make it work for what I needed to do for my son to calm him, the anxiety. I don't need him to have the freaking giggles all day. And that's what that CBD effect takes out, but you have to have, so I am just big into where I'm trying to go that route instead.
I mean, it's a natural thing too, it's not medicine. And a lot of people are like all gung-ho about how bad it is that they're legalizing it. And I'm like, this was huge before it was illegal.
Yeah, no, it's if I read something, I saw like a Share Crow, like the dog in the cells donate a penny. There's now ones for the convicted marijuana offenders, and it's like we've been in jail for 4 years due to 10 pounds of.
Well, and see, I mean, it depends on what they went for too. Like, I mean, if they're like sitting here slinging, thousands of pounds of marijuana, that's a reason to be in jail.
Yeah, no, yeah. But now it's more, so now it's more elite. Like, okay, I have my marijuana card.
Right, that's fine.
If you, I know it's fine. Thank you.
I would too if I could. I don't.
I'm just joking.
No, you're good, man.
Or I can do it right on the screen and all. No.
Jay.
But anyways, so say you come into town, it is more illegal for me to go to a dispensary, buy it there, and give it and then sell it to you than it is to just go to my friend on Volusia Street and pick up a dime bag and bring it back to you. It's it's actually a felony if I do it from the dispensary. If I do it from the guy in Volusia, it's a misdemeanor.
That is too funny.
And so like, yeah. So I don't do stuff like that. It's all personally by myself, and I brag it into people's face. Like I love when people ask if I can get it for them. Nope. Sure can't.
It's funny. So Kansas City is 2 major cities. You got Kansas City, Missouri, and you got Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
I live in Kansas City, Kansas, but I work in Kansas City, Missouri. Missouri just decriminalized it. So it's like, and Kansas is so like gung-ho against it. So
there's a thin line. Like, so we have, being in Florida, we've got, in St. Augustine, we got the fort. That is state government or whatever or something. I don't know. No, I'm sorry, national. That's national monument. So it's national government in the state of Florida. So when it wasn't legal in Florida, for some reason, the guy who was smoking a joint at the fort, he ran off of fort property and got more in more trouble because he got arrested off of Fort property. If he would have stayed in that national Fort area, he'd have been good. He'd just ticket. But it was like this whole news article of like this guy ran and he could have just gotten a ticket. And that's when, like, I don't know. But my mom has her license. And when we go on road trips, if I said, Mom, what are you going to do when we get pulled over? She goes, I'm going to roll down the window and just toss it out. No, Mom, you'll get us in more trouble. That's more against the law than just holding it and saying, hey. Because you just threw drugs out the window for any kid to find.
I'm pulling up this song real quick, that Fortnite diss.
Yeah. If you want to
play it here.
A new funny one too for everybody when they're so you know the new Victoria's Secret song?
I listened to that one. It was hilarious.
Okay. The one I did?
Yeah. The one you did, yes.
Okay.
Wasn't it like something to do with dolls? When there are dolls in it?
The OMG dolls.
Yes. I watched it. It's good.
Yeah, I wish it could have been. It can be better, but this one I like. This rapper, by the way, is gosh, I wish I knew his last. His name's Angel, but he's up there in Brooklyn. I found him on Fiverr. He sings a majority of my songs, like Handful of Heroes, Fortnite Diss. The guy Let's Quit Talking is from Cambodia, and a little more mad than sad. That's about my song. That is about my buddy who died on fentanyl. But that girl I found for $10 in Afghanistan. She's from Afghanistan. Will not tell me her name or anything. And I promise you that song, somebody's gonna pick it up, like, and kill it.
Okay. What song is it?
A little more mad than sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do Fortnite diss.
Yeah.
And then talk. Are you okay with me just playing the full song, or you just want me to play a little clip?
Oh no, play. Yeah, if you want to play the full thing, play it.
It looks like there's a few different ones on here.
You
want to do the one with like this surfboard and the shadowed in the background?
No, do either do the cartoon one. But
is there a cartoon one?
Yeah, there should be a cartoon one there. Or if you see the guy the guy who raps did a video.
Yeah, the one where he's in front of the mic.
Yeah, there's like one little dark scene where he puts the black trash bag over somebody's head. You can play any of them. Just play whatever you want. Yeah, you can play any of them.
So
play
something. Hold on, I'm going to your page here. Hold on, let me see. Where are we at here? Are you
on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. And I'm gonna pop up the video, but I don't see like videos. All I see is just images.
So if you do Fortnite Diss 904 Dad Life.
Right. Which one do you want me to do? Like if I'm scrolling down.
Go down to where it says typical gamer Fortnite Diss 904 Dad Life.
Yes. You want me to do that one?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Because the other ones are a little dark. You see where he's like got the Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right. Oh, before it starts, the person who put the video together, 24 hours or less.
Wow.
Fortnite time, that's 14 days. Millennials want a game talk, you can walk right here. Can annoy me or toy me. Don't bro at me or my bruh. Calm down. I used to get tempered when I was 9-2. Fortnite B 2031. See how though they didn't answer. When I'm okay, they didn't care or not. Say lock it and drop it. When I'm about to drop you, my son is love. Indefinite, instead I'ma be the best incredible father to ever have a pro. Spit it and put it together for you, my dude. And then maybe you say, whoa, that guy knows what he's doing. What you think, Andre Ropel, the best? Typical gamer, your Fortnite king? Well, I'm a smack talk, Andre. Spray and we'll stray. Lean and not me. But your typical gamer merch up there ain't no less than Nike. Ain't no more fits to the deuce and playing 9-year-old kids. And I'm pretty sure my son could AK him up. Especially if he ain't got the goals that games hooked him up with. They loving all those little YouTube kids on the nail. I got them stuttering. What you heard them now? And then I know for that life. Please, I ain't gonna try us like that. no way you're gonna be the nicest kid with a Fortnite pass. And now I'm gonna let my son here kill him. Get him, hit him and finish him. And the bang in the head, I'm really gonna show him. Hit him with a 1 hour playtime. And I'll be need drilling them. Thinking they gotta be filling in, and I'm gonna need more time. Spitting Kool-Aid, see the way that a daddy calls Fortnite not real. Getting you stupid to the point they email you'll be reached for your favorite YouTube clips. Hoping that you're listening and you're paying attention. And instead of watching those typical gamers, I'm crushing it on a notepad and getting in the zone. I be 36 and you're 9, bro. Kids born from 1995 to 2013. They got me acting a fool. I'm calling crackers, I'm a cracker. Now let's unite. Watch the new Lightyear ahead of its peers. Want to game talk? You can walk right here. Can annoy me or toy me. Don't bro at me, mom, bro. Calm down, I used to get tempered when I was 9 too. Fortnite being 2031. I'm a new fan now. Popping these noses, kisses, and fist bumps now. Shout out 904 to the dead life. 904 to the dead life. 904 to the dead life, yeah. 904 to the dead life, yeah.
That's good.
And dude, all the songs are on my YouTube. Like, I just drive around and I don't write anything down. I get my notepad and I just like it comes. I don't even know, but that guy did an amazing job with Busta Rhymes.
That is good, dude. Well, and so you just find these people? I mean, like, how do you get in contact?
So I will go through Fiverr, and it's different now. Within like after COVID, like I didn't start doing this, started but after COVID, it's harder. So I'm glad I met this guy because he only charges me like $5 or $10 to freaking rap, and then I put him on my royalties, so he gets some royalties and stuff like that. But no, yeah, I go on Fiverr, I listen to some, and I have about 3 or 4 that I found that they're my singers now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so he also did the OMG Doll song, the new one I just did, and he didn't want to do it. I said, dude, just have Blink 182, and he said he did the whiny voice and sent me it, like, because we've never met and stuff, but no, he says, say it ain't so, and I said, if you do not sing this, I will not pay you anymore. the dude's going through nursing school and everything like that, but he's a Muslim, and he is doing this underground rapping without his parents, his wife, or anybody knowing. So
no shit.
Yeah, so like Fiverr's kind of like this underground. I hardcore rap or rep Fiverr. Like, again, I found if a little more mad than sad. The girl's voice is amazing.
Do you want me to play that one too?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Well, you do that, and then we'll talk about it for a few minutes, and we'll probably wrap it up because I try to just shoot around an hour on these shows, and I try to be consistent is all.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Is it the one with the piano and the Hope You Understand Why?
Yeah, you can do that because I don't have the lyrics and stuff.
Okay. Let's see here.
Or if you want a more fun video, you could always do no coin flipping. That's a little less.
Which one would you prefer?
Let's do no coin flipping.
Okay.
Because that's less sad, and this one's about my wife, true story, and everything like that.
Okay.
They're all true stories. They're all about how my son abuses. I hope everybody listening. My sarcasm, my sense of humor is.
It's exactly what it needs to be, man. It's perfect.
Yeah. I really wish more people could be more like me, but at the same time, not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Am I doing the one where it's just like an ocean or like a lake scene that says no coin flipping?
Yeah, that should be good.
All right.
on the track. Oh, here's the flow that's gonna fly wild. Turn that sexy little grin into a big wide smile. We went out to the West Coast and it was kind of funny how I packed some grass in a big jar of honey. You thought I was lazy, but you loved me like crazy. I knew you were a lady, though I was kind of shady. But we were young and so full of fun, and you wanted me like I needed you. I've been thinking about quarters and nickels and dimes. We can take our time. We ain't flipping no coins, and I can tell you why. No quarters and nickels and dimes gonna change my mind. I'm gonna love you like crazy till the end of time. Quarters, nickels, and dimes. 15 years with no quarters flipping, which is what I love about you, and it's got me tripping about when I die. Don't lay me in a grave to scatter my ashes in all the places that we played. And if you get caught, don't think that you failed, cause I put a little something aside for your bail. Just throw them old ashes and run like hell, and I'll be waiting for you on the other side. We ain't talking about quarters and nickels and dimes. We can take our time. I ain't flipping no coins, and I can tell you why. Ain't no quarters and nickels and dimes make me change my mind. I'm gonna love you like crazy until the end of time. Quarters, nickels, and dimes ain't heads or tails, like a boat without a sail. Just drifting aimlessly because it's all about you and me and what we have to do to make our dreams come true, and we will find our way. So Amy, put those coins away. No quarters and nickels and dimes gonna make me waste my time. I ain't flipping no more coins, and I can tell you I no quarters and nickels and dimes gonna make me change your mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna love you like crazy till the end of time. Quarters, nickels, and dimes. Quarters, nickels, and dimes. You got any spare change?
So that guy is awesome. That guy Steve is a Johnny Cash Elvis impersonator out in California.
Oh, that's
that
good.
that wasn't really the one I wanted you to play.
I'm sorry.
No. That's my fault. I forgot because I've remixed the songs lyrically. Like I wanted that to be country, but I have another one. It's I don't know, whatever. But it's more of a rap. Trap rap, I guess is what they're calling it. I don't know.
That's hilarious. I do like when I wanted to point that out is because I've listened to a lot of quite a bit of your stuff in the last since we've been talking, and you're all over the place with genres, and that's killer.
And I have been yelling at musicians locally that they like my brother, for instance, he had Blink-182 is pop. Whether I love Blink-182, but they're pop. 311, I like 311. They're pop. I've got two people who laugh at me because they say, "Oh, you're into pop music." They try to say they didn't know who Jax was. Don't tell me you heard that song Victoria's Secret that was played 50 million times.
It's still getting played 50 million times.
Yeah, so don't play dumb just because you don't want to admit to pop culture. I brag about my mom seeing. My mom saw Jim Morrison have his freak out in Miami. She saw Elvis on her babysitter's shoulders. I didn't start listening to. I listened to country till I was 15. It came Blink-182, Tupac, Bone Thugs, and then.
See, if for me, I grew up with a lot of like gospel country music, so I just don't really care for. I don't hate it. Yeah. I still listen to it, but when I'm around people who like it, I don't really just listen to it because I want to.
Yeah.
but I love like, and then it got in high school, I kind of went into sort of like a 80s, 90s rap kind of phase. And then I got into like pretty hard rock. And now I listen to like death metal to smooth jazz to like class. Now I listen to literally everything.
Oh yeah. Do you like the Descendants, Evergreen Terrace?
Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Evergreen Terrace is fantastic.
Do you want them on your show?
I would love to have them on my show. Do you know them?
Yeah, my brother, it was actually roommates with Craig and Andrew, Craig and Andrew, the lead singers, and yeah, we're good friends right here.
That's cool.
So I'll touch base as soon as I get off.
Yeah, because I have the music show too, and honestly, if you'd be interested in being on that concert concept that I'm doing, the next round I'll throw you in the mix because I've already got the lineup for this one, but it's all about the concert. A tour to you, I'm going to promote for a few minutes. A tour to you came together because of this. Like I've met people doing this, and it made me come up with the idea of being able to promote a good cause and giving exposure to the people that I've met.
Yeah.
And so the concert is $15, but 22% of it's going to charity. And that's fantastic. And then the artist, as long as they're promoting it, get a percentage of the ticket sales too. So in a way, it's helping everybody.
Yeah, I'm down. I definitely do that, and I want to be in that. Wait, do I have to sing? Play the music?
Huh?
Do I have to sing, or you just play the music?
You have to sing.
All right, sweet. I got it. I'm working on a day called Surfer Santa.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, I'm going to dress up as Surfer Santa on Saturday, and we're gonna go down the beach and just have kids come up and take pictures with Santa. Surfer Santa. And so I'm gonna come up with a song, Surfer Santa. Like, wow.
I like it. You should, Beach Boy style. That's what it should be.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of going like Weezer's version of that one surf wax. I think. We're going surf.
I like that too. That's good.
But no, I'm gonna hook you up with Evergreen, hopefully, dude. Because Craig is super down to earth. He comes down to the amphitheater here, and I see him there in Jacksonville, and Andrew waits tables occasionally. Like these people, they're so down to earth. It's cool.
That's fantastic, man. I'm always down.
Yeah, that's the least I can do for allowing me to be on your show, man.
Yeah, dude, of course. And I mean, the one thing about me is I keep in touch, kind of like Corey. I keep in touch with everybody I have on. So, I mean, you and I are now friends until you give me a reason not to be friends. I mean,
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and I'll send you my text, and because that's more easy to contact than I'm sure you get overwhelmed like me. Like when you get big, like we get so many DMs and all those. We got to get them out of there. So sometimes better just have a text.
And it's like I used to hate social media, but now it's like that's how I get me out there, right? And it's like now that I've grown to a decent level, I'm getting DMs on different platforms. It gets overwhelming, man.
Yeah. Well, for 10 seconds on that, if we can make it 10 seconds, how do you handle it with your wife, and what does she think?
So she doesn't like talk radio.
Okay.
But she understands that it's something that I love to do.
Yeah.
My biggest thing, the one thing that I do love is that I only use my laptop for the recording. Everything else I do on my phone.
Yeah.
A distribution, contacting people. But the best part about that is I can do that while I'm at work. So I still get to come home and set my phone down and spend time with them. And I've actually, I was podcasting to a point where I was doing 2 or 3 shows a week, but now I've expanded to where I'm doing, concerts. I'm working on a improv game show. And it's like, it's actually made it easier for me to step back a little bit more.
Nice.
So as I progress, I'm learning tricks to make it more beneficial for the family.
Yep. And that's what I asked because you've been doing this a little bit longer, and I'm trying. I'm just faking it till I make it. I mean, 904 Dad Life, Salt Life.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
That started out here in Jacksonville. 3 surfer dudes made a freaking decal, and now they have restaurants and all that stuff. I was like, let me make 904 Dad Life, and I bought the domain for $2. It's like $500 now, but like, I'm so successful. But that's the thing. Like, my wife hates me on that, and like, I do it all on the phone, but I got to put it off to the side. And
You
then
have to.
But like, I'll wait for her to fall asleep. And then 11, 12 o'clock, she'll pop up. And it's like, I get so pissed off because I'll be on a roll and I have to put my phone down to prove I'm not, women.
If she gets to a point where she says something like I'm spending too much time, cool, I'll step away a little bit. That's one benefit to what we do is I can just make that time. If I got to reschedule a show, I'll reschedule a show. Yep. That's my wife and my family is more important than this. Like, I do enjoy this and I want to make this. Ultimately, this is so I can be home more and not have to go to work all the damn time.
And I'm a big energy, like, and my wife knows, like, I would have gotten pissed off this morning. I would have blew you off. Like,
hey, dude, and it's fine.
But I don't like doing that because I have that empathy that I wasted your time. But it wouldn't have been this good of I think we had a pretty decent chat.
It was a great show.
And if I get pissed off early, my energy just goes, like, because I run on other people's energy, and
makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm gonna send you my text. I'm gonna hook up with Evergreen as soon as I get off of here. And
that's fantastic, dude. I really appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, these shows are meant to be like this. The topics that I pick and the posts that I throw on here are meant to keep the conversation random, and that's the point.
Yeah, well, parenting was a great topic, and
and well, it kind of entraps what you do, the 904 dad life. Being that father figure, but like having fun with what you do is awesome.
The main thing is to get guys to stop being so freak. I was never known as alpha because I can cry and I'm okay with crying. But people realize if you see me cry, I'm really mad. I'm super mad that somebody made me so upset that I'm crying, and that to me is alpha. My dad and brother would call me other names instead, and I can have conversations with grown men, and they open up their world to me, and they feel so much better. And I just saved them $150.
Right, and that's, dude. I tell anybody, I said, look, if you're having a rough day, hit me up. Like, again, I can't promise I'm going to give you the answers you want, but I will listen, and that's huge.
Yep, and I don't like to be a one-upper, but I typically can make somebody feel bad. Like, if not, like if you're having a bad day, I can name something where I've had it worse, and I like to do that in a good way. And what's that saying? It's not that I know more; it's just I've done more stupid shit. And
it's good to give people that though, because usually it's because they feel like they're the only ones who've been there. So when you're like, no, you'll get through it. I've been through this.
I'm a very open book. My record is expunged, and I still talk about being an ex-con. And I say that because it's not ex-con. Like, sounds cool. It sounds cool when you say it. Like,
when I got with my wife, I had 5 warrants out for my arrest, and I had been to I've been to jail 5 times as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then I don't like to thrive that I was an alcoholic. I don't like to thrive that, I'm sober. Look at me, I'm sober this amount of time. I like to thrive that I was a freaking loser, and I found my house on Craigslist for $125, and now it's worth $500,000. And
right.
And I'm a good freaking person.
Yeah. Dude.
That's all it is. Like, and so what if I was a felon at age 18 because I made a stupid mistake? I only got expunged because other people care. It's the same thing about the marriage thing talking about earlier, that piece of paper. It's just because other people care. And I'm trying to work on not giving a shit. But the world goes, we tried it for a week. We tried for me to not care about other people. But my manifest, and it is so out there for other people, shit blew up for other people. So people are gonna think I'm crazy, like, for saying that, but no, I like full throttle only thought about myself, and things around me started going wrong, and I didn't like it, and I have to think about other people. So that's why. So no, I'll be thinking about you. I'll be thinking about, like, anybody I come across. That's just how it works.
Oh, of course, man. And like I tell everybody, this episode is not just mine. Now it's yours. So if there's any content you want off of here, you're more than welcome to grab it. I always make clips. It's just part of my social media thing. I always post a clip from an old show. And it helps promote. Because it promotes people that I've had on, it'll be a random episode and I'll just make a clip out of it. So,
and I like doing the same. And then I do a lot of graphic designing and all that stuff, man. And obviously I write some stupid songs.
I love it.
I think we can make some people laugh together. Me, you, and Corey need to probably get together.
Let's do it, man. Let's make it happen.
I'm trying to get him up with Tony Khan to get him down there on that elite wrestling, because that happens right here in Jacksonville. And
I'm not huge on the wrestling scene. Like, I don't know much about it.
Don't tell Corey I'm not either. So
No, I tell him that I'm not. I'm honest about it.
That dude is too nice and too cheery.
He's a great guy.
Look, there's some things that I openly are just like, that is dorky, and like Harry Potter's one of them. Oh God, I hate it. But
I never really cared for him either.
So many people love that stuff. Like I just spent 2 days working on designs for freaking Harry Potter crap, and I cannot wait to get over it. But I wanted to work on the next project, which was The Office, and
love it.
Yes, so
I love The Office.
All right, well, let me let you go. I know you're ready to go.
Yeah, man. No, you're good. And this was a great episode. I will send you, as soon as I get everything distributed, I will send you links to everything. Awesome. And is there anything that you want me to put in the descriptions?
Anything you want. Yeah.
Probably your YouTube and your other socials.
Yeah, it's all anything that says 904 Dad Life Production, you can leave out just 904 Dad Life.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And then real fast, I'll throw out Goblin Mode 2022 album I just released. So that should hopefully be out on iTunes, Spotify Friday.
Sweet.
Yeah, Goblin Mode. That's the newest word in the dictionary this year. If none of you have known that, you're today. Goblin Mode, which is 2 words, is now 1 word in the dictionary, meaning lazy.
I love it.
The most trending word right now. So make sure to put that in your hashtags.
Hashtag Goblin Mode.
Yeah, Goblin Mode 904 Dad Life.
It sounds good, man. Hey, you have a wonderful day, and we'll be talking.
You too, man. It was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you. You too.